Lord, I wouldn't mind dying if time was on. Lord, I wouldn't mind dying if time was on. Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart. Lord, I want to be. Lord, I want to be. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Lord, I want to be. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Lord, I want to be. Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart. Well, if you want to be a child of God, why don't you leave Satan alone? Look what else he said to the Israelites now. Look how nice this is. He said to the Israelites, he said, why are you serving strange God and other gods and idol gods when it was the Lord, God of Israel, Moses, Aaron, and the Lord that brought you and your fathers across the Red Sea to the land of Canaan, which is a peaceful land? Why are you serving someone else? What is the purpose? Because morally it don't make sense. Spiritually it's out of order. And I say to you, congregation, why are you serving strange God and other gods and idol God when it was the Lord who woke you up this morning? Why, congregation, are you serving strange God and other God and idol God when it was the Lord that healed you when you were sick? Oh, children, I stopped by to tell you today. Oh, the Lord got his eyes on you. Oh, children, I stopped by to tell you today. Oh, the Lord got his eyes on you, and he's seeing everything you do. Congregation, the Lord is watching you. Congregation, the Lord got his eyes on you. Said something else that is very important. There are a lot of folks on their way to hell feeding the hungry. There are a lot of folks on their way to hell clothing folks. Come on and say this with me. Say, Lord, touch us. Say, Lord, guide us, that everything we do will be in divine order. Lord, have mercy. My God. See, what I'm trying to tell you, when you're doing something and if the Lord not in it, it's out of order. So he said to those folks who came into the church, some of them doing it today, came into the church, done a couple good deeds, took some old folks in the community, a couple bowls of soup, and then signed themselves into heaven. He said to them, and he said to you too, if you forsake the Lord and serve strange gods, other gods, idol gods, cars, money, houses, each other, the Lord will turn and do you harm, and he will consume you even after he had done you good. Say, well, what we gonna do? Fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth. Let us have a moment of silence. I'm not talking about no other God. I'm not talking about no idol God. I'm talking about the Lord who always make a way out of no way. Oh, what Lord are you talking about, son? I'm talking about the Lord. I'm not talking about no strange God. I'm not talking about no other God. I'm not talking about no idol God. I'm talking about the Lord who always pick me up every time I fall down. Oh, what Lord are you talking about, son? I'm talking about the Lord. I'm not talking about no strange God. I'm not talking about no other God, and I'm not talking about no idol God. I'm talking about the Lord who's the heart fixer. Talking about the Lord who's the mind regulator. Talking about the Lord who always prepares the table before me in the presence of my enemies. What Lord are you talking about, son? I'm talking about the Lord. I'm talking about the Lord who died on Calvary. I'm talking about the Lord that they took one night, and after they took him one night, they whipped him all night long. Now they getting ready to dress him up here. After they whipped him all night long. After they whipped him all night long. Oh, they took that time, children, and they put a crown of thorns on my Lord's head. Oh, after they whipped him all night long, children, they took that time and they put a purple robe on my Lord's shoulder. Oh, children, after they whipped him all night long, they took that time, children, and they put a cross on my Lord's shoulder. Children, after they whipped him all night long, put a crown on his head, a purple robe on his shoulder, a cross on his shoulder. They took that time and they put Jesus down in the street of Jerusalem. Oh, here come Jesus, walking down the road of Jerusalem. Oh, here come Jesus, walking down the road of Jerusalem, with a crown of thorns on his head, a purple robe on his shoulder, a cross on his shoulder. Jesus walking down the road of Jerusalem, stumbling and falling along the way. But every time the Lord fell down, he got up. Why did the Lord get up? The Lord got up because he knew that he had to go down Calvary for you and me. Don't you love the Lord? Don't you love the Lord? Don't you love the Lord? Oh, don't you love the Lord? But that's not all. That's not all. After they got him out there on Calvary, children, they took that time and they took a nail and they nailed my Lord here to the cross. Oh, they took their time, children, they took a nail and they nailed my Lord's feet to the cross. Oh, they took their time, children, they took a spear and they put the hole in my Lord's side. And the blood from his head joined in with the blood from his side and ran on down to the ground. But Jesus stayed there, suffering for you and me. He stayed there from the 6th to the 9th hour, and the wind began to blow, the earth began to shake, it got cloudy out there, but Jesus stayed there. And then after a while, he looked down at his family and he said, it's finished. It's all over. And Jesus prayed his last prayer. He said, Father. He said, Father. I want you to notice something here. You notice he never called his father Dad. You notice he never called his father my old man. Because he was kind and obedient, not like most of us, disrespectful to our parents. In the dying hour, he kept on saying, Father. You notice he never called his father Pop. In the dying hour, he kept on saying, Father. He said, Father, oh, into thy hand I commend my spirit. And the Lord hung his head and died on Calvary for you and me. But that's not all. That's not all. After Jesus died on the cross of Calvary, they took my Lord down off the cross and they laid his body in the grave. And Jesus stayed in the grave 3 days. And while he was in the grave, oh, he preached to the dead down there. You see, children, although you're dead, the Lord is still reaching out for you. He stayed in the grave 3 days and 3 long nights, and early Sunday morning, the Lord got up with all power in his hand. The Lord is living today, children. The Lord is real in my soul. Somebody should make a choice to serve the Lord. Me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Me and my temple, we will serve the Lord. I made my choice to serve the Lord. What Lord are you talking about, son? I'm talking about the Lord that blessed me to say, if the Lord don't help me, I can't stand the storm. Oh, if the Lord don't help me, Lord have mercy, I can't stand the storm. What Lord are you talking about? I'm talking about the Lord that blessed me to say, Lord, if I can't go forward, Lord, I ain't going back. The Lord blessed me to say, Lord, if I can't go forward, Lord, have mercy, Lord, I ain't going back. 'Cause I made my choice to serve the Lord.